So the question on the table, if Trump is elected,
Right.
what do we do?
Man, I'm so glad somebody asked that question finally, because the question becomes, what's your plan? I've been asking people this for a very long time. And the first thing we have to understand is we didn't get to Donald Trump or any of the things that Donald Trump was able to do without the right having a plan. You know, Dobbs, in anything that when you're talking about the reversal of Roe and the dismantling of the different democratic institutions that we've seen, these things were planned. They were strategic. The attack on DNI, that was a plan. It was strategic, right? And so we've been sitting around saying, oh my gosh, is this tidal wave coming? And nobody's buying any, it's like sandbags. Nobody's, building any bunkers. Nobody's getting ready to protect themselves. And so my question to everyone else is like, all right, so what is the plan? And so when I say that, the first thing that I'm going to advocate for is we as a community, Black America, we have to be much clearer around, number one, what is our political ideology? And when I say political ideology, I'm talking about what is it that we expect to get from the political process? A lot of us don't really know. If you ask us like, hey, why are you voting? They can't tell you specifically why. They can tell you why they don't want someone in office, but they can't tell you exactly what they want someone to do or what it is that they expect from the system. So the first thing that we have to do is become very clear about our political ideology. Now, I don't want to take Clay's shine here because I understand his book is coming out tomorrow, but it's important to understand historically, there have been two different ideologies around how we have approached this question. The original ideology, which emanated around Reconstruction was, hey, listen, give us our wood, give us our saws, give us our hammer. We're going to make our own table and just stay out of our way. That was what we expected from the political system. We were owed certain resources. We were owed access to certain things. We did not necessarily clamor to be a part of that system. All we wanted was what was due to us so that we could construct the things that we needed around community and thrive in that way. At some point, and Clay's a historian, he can tell you better than I could, we began to have a different ideology that said, hey, make room for me at your table. And we've operated in that space ever since. I am not here, at least not in this conversation, to advocate for one ideology over the other necessarily. But what I am here to say is that we need to be clear individually and collectively about what our ideology is, because that informs our ask. And then once we have an ask, we can then develop a strategy about who's best to execute said ask and on what levels and where do we apply pressure across the system. So we have to stop waiting for Donald Trump or someone else from the right, the boogeyman, whoever it is, to allow things to happen to us and understand that regardless of who sits in that seat, Joseph Biden, Kamala Harris, Gavin Newsom, whoever it is, Donald Trump, instead of waiting for things to happen to us, we have to develop a strategy that enables us to make things happen for us. So the question is strategy. That is my answer, Karen.
Well,
sorry for coming in.
Yeah, no. If you apologize, I'm going to chop you in the throat because I'm offensive. I'm an offensive person, period. This is how I live my life. I don't wait for somebody to give me, I don't ask permission. I'll apologize later. But this is how I live. So it's offensive to me that we're even in this place that we're in right now because it makes no sense. I mean, we built nations. Hell, Mansa Musa destabilized gold, which created the desire to come into this continent of Africa to see what the hell was going on. Nations were built, libraries, all of this stuff. We're sitting here asking for rights. Like, no, you take, no one's giving anyone anything. I've learned that since a baby. You take the things that you want, right? And so I agree wholeheartedly with you, first of all. So thank you for coming in that way.